Hey everybody, it is Jatan Jones, the goddess mentor and spiritual healer. I just really wanted to take this time to talk about my experience in Ohio. I got to spend 4 days with Elizabeth Ruth and Belladonna for their Rootworking 201 class. So I got, if you saw me like hollering and screaming about it, I got a scholarship. Whoop whoop. To be there. I was so excited, and I can tell you something, from the time that I got there to the time, till now, they just made me feel like family. Now, I got the scholarship, but let me tell you, I applied at the last minute. I got it, but the class is still, the 4-day intensive is only $300 for now. I'm pretty sure they're going to go up. So if you can get into any space that they have available while they still got that cray-cray price, I would say do it, because for 4 days, they house you. Yes, I was sleeping in Elizabeth Ruth's basement, but it is so freaking nice. And it's like a dormitory. It's the bomb. It was me and 3 other women. And you don't have to worry about how you're going to eat, because they're feeding you. Literally, you're like at home. She's like, get your ass in there and get whatever's in the refrigerator you can have. She cooks breakfast, she cooked dinner, it was just the bomb. Alright, so that's just that. Now, when I first arrived, immediately when you arrive, you get like a cleansing ceremony. Like, before I even got into the house, she was like, 1 minute. Before you enter the house, let me go ahead and cleanse you and your stuff real quick so you know it's real. And when you walk in, you just got like this big hug and all these big hellos. And I was so worried, because I am an introvert. And so I was unsure about how I was going to do around really 5 women that I don't know. The other 3 women that were in the group with me, and then the 2 that of course are teaching the course. But it was the bomb. I felt like family from the time that I got out of my car. It was just, they're just talkative and helpful and nice. And the first night, we just got like basic things. We just talked about some really basic things, but she was like, you know what? We're just going to enjoy each other tonight, but in the morning, get ready, because it's going to get real. So in the morning, we woke up, and immediately we got put to work. She fed us, of course, the bomb food. The woman can cook her ass off. Let me just tell you that. But anyway, then we got these boxes. And inside of these boxes were all of these empty vials. And we just knew, like, of course, you're going to have to fill it. So on Saturday, we made, what did I make? So all of us first were really talked through how to use different herbs and roots. And really, one thing that I love about the class was that she doesn't baby you. Before you go into the 201 class, you do have to take the 101 class, and it's a 2-hour online class with her, and that's the time to really ask any questions that you may have about the basics, because when you get there, you're kind of hitting the ground running, right? And there is a full syllabus, so there's a full list of books that you have to bring. I think I bought every book on the syllabus, and it was like 5 books, and I got it under $45 on Amazon. So they don't cost an arm and a leg, and you need these books. These books, I am 100% sure, are going to become staples in my collection. So so when you get there, you have to have a really good general idea of what you want to bring forth, because that is what you're going to be doing for all of your formulations. Now, if any of you know, one of my clients, her name is AC. She owns Goodnight Darling Corporation. And she had hit me up, and she was like, you need to do the glow up formulation. And I was like, glow up? What's that? And I was like, I want to create something for women entrepreneurs, specifically like me. Because what's one thing that I struggle with? I struggle with courage. I struggle with asking for what I want. Because the truth is that I have a very clear idea of what I want, but I'm not sure. Sometimes I allow fear to get the best of me, so I won't ask, and I won't truly go for what I want. And then I want to draw success and money and wealth and abundance. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a glow up formulation. So that's what I did. And so it has a whole bunch of different herbs and stuff like that that we had to study first. First, you sit there with your books that whole Saturday morning. And she goes, okay, now what do you want to do? What do you want your herbs to do? And so you write that out. And then she goes, okay, now here are your books. Look up what's going to give you what you want. And then some things may give you what you want, but it might not be absolutely perfect. So you have to find a substitution for that. And so you're just kind of sitting down doing that, comparing notes with the other 3 women who I really had an amazing time with. And then before you know it, she's like, all right, get to getting. Like, no babying, no looking over your shoulder, no telling you to switch that out. She's like, no, let's get to it. And so once we got to it, the very first thing that I made was the oil. I labeled it. It is the Glow Up oil. Don't mind my handwriting. I know I write like a doctor. But she provides everything. When I tell you this one, like, their herb collection is out of this freaking world. Everything that I needed, she had. It was insane. And they just give it all so freely. Like, you could tell she wasn't clocking how much money was leaving her shelf. She was like, whatever you need, grab it. For $300, she's feeding you, housing you, giving you access to all her shit. I'm like, is she losing money by us being here? She's amazing. And just her heart for service and her heart for teaching women this process is just out of this world. I'm just like so appreciative. So made the oil. And it was like, okay, the bomb, right? And then we made the cologne that goes along with it. And there are different processes for each one. I don't want to do my bottle, but there are different processes for each one. So then I made the cologne for it. As you can see, a lot of roots in there. But everything in here is going to bring you all of the things that I wanted it to. And I kind of wore some today. And it's working, so I'm excited. Then, along with that, I made the water that goes along with it. Whoop, whoop. I want to use a lot of, mainly this, I'll be using for my fire magic, my candle magic. So that's going to be pretty cool. Then I even did a mini candle, and there's a specific way that you do have to prep this candle to dress it properly. Boom. What else? Y'all, they was just like doting on us. It was insane. Let's see. In this tin is my sachet powder. So I will be like dusting certain things like letters and stuff like that with this powder. It's awesome. I'm not going to open this up because who knows what could happen. But the rest of it is in this little baggie here. But they teach you how to make it. They're not making any of this stuff for you. You're learning how to make it, and they're giving you the step-by-step ways to make it so that you can repeat this process again when you are alone, okay? And we did not do the jar spell yet, but I plan on doing it probably tonight. I think I'm going to do it. Whoop, whoop. When's the next one? I know they're having one next month. They're having one the month after that. I'm not sure if there's still open spaces, but reach out to Elizabeth either via her email on the website, or if you can get a hold of her inbox and see when they do divine, to see if you can like, I don't know. Okay. Just making sure you're still here. Okay, so they do divine to make sure that you're a good fit for the group. But after that, when you're in, you need to go. And I'm like, Fly Kelly, if you go, I'm going to see if I can kind of debo my way and sleep on the couch. And go with you again. They're awesome. If nothing else, just to be there to hang out. They're amazing women. And in case you're wondering, this is like all of the extra roots that I have left. AC, I was showing off, if you are here, the Glow Up oil, the Glow Up cologne, the Glow Up water, and I even made a another water, which is a Peaceful Home water. And it's gorgeous. It smells amazing. And they taught us how to make incense, and I even made a mojo bag. And I'm not showing that because it's personal, and I keep it on my person. So, yes, that's all of the things that I learned how to make in a matter of like 3 days. It's real. And on top of that, I learned how to read regular playing cards, and I have used them already with my clients, and they are giving me the most accurate readings. Over the last 2 days, I've been using the playing cards in conjunction with my tarot cards, and I am so in love with them already. Like, hello, you're learning how to read cards. We all know how much tarot cards can be. You can pay as little as maybe like $15 a deck to possibly about 12 to as much as $70, $80, $90, $100 a deck. Most of my decks are in the range of $25 to maybe like $60, okay? But this playing cards, you can get a pack of playing cards for $2, $2.50, and do readings with them, and they are accurate. I'm telling you, Elizabeth Ruth and Belladonna are thebomb.com. When can you order? The plan, you know what? Seeing the way that like Elizabeth Ruth like brings it on every aspect, from the way that she processes to the way that she packages, the woman is on her shit. I love her. It's going to take me a few weeks to get my life together, because I'm not going to be out here with saying that she taught me and then my product is looking bogus. So I'm going to get it together. I have to work on that, but probably like a few weeks. If you would like a formulation and you don't need like all the bells and whistles, just reach out to me and I'll let you know. Now, let me get into another thing that was super, super amazing with my time with her. It was the sisterhood. It was being immersed and being around women who you don't have to preface things for. Because if you are a witch, oh wait, she makes shirts, and I'm sure that they are going to be on the site soon, okay? Can you see? It's all like wrinkled because it was in my suitcase, but it says Blitch. And for those of you who don't know what it stands for Black Witch. And she made these while we were there. It was so amazing. I was like, what? Now I got a shirt? Are you kidding me? But I know that she plans on selling them. What can't she do? But let me tell you about what I super, super, super enjoyed. As a woman, if you have a daughter, and if you don't have, like for me, I have a daughter. I have my step baby. But I don't have a biological daughter. So I have to be very, very careful in the way that I infuse my spirituality with her, because I don't want to disrespect her mom or disrespect her mother's beliefs, because I believe in knowing your role and not overstepping boundaries. So I'm a strong believer in that. But let me tell you, when I walked in and Belladonna's baby, Cameron, was there, the cutest girl, okay? I think she's like 10. When I walked in, she had on gray lipstick. Now, most people would be like, oh my God, what is she doing with that on? What is that? No. As soon as I saw her, I was like, oh, because it was so cute and so innocent and just like, okay, this is a free, like, little black girl. I can't wait to see how this plays out. Let me tell you, she has, this girl has tarot cards. She reads the tarot cards. I kind of saw her give a reading, and she was the bomb. This girl has crystals. She, free little black girl who's just so freaking cute, so freaking respectful. And then just seeing the relationship between Belladonna and her daughter, and just the love that was there. And it wasn't just the love, but the discipline that was there, because oftentimes we assume that, oh my God, if you're allowing your kid to be free and to wear lipstick and crystals and do what they want to do, that they're automatically going to be like disrespectful and all this other stuff. No. When it was time to check her daughter for whatever issues that, most kids that age have, oh, she did it. But then 20 minutes later, it'll be like, I love you, Mom. And it's like, I love you too. And it was just so cute. And I was like, this is possible. And it just made my ovaries hurt. And I kind of feel like I want a daughter now. But anyway, I was like, I want to raise a daughter and a little black girl who's a mystic and who give her crystals. And yeah, amazing stuff. Now, I will say that while we were there, another part of it that I really, really liked was that there were some things, because wherever there are going to be people, oftentimes there's going to be conflict, okay? So I don't want to tell you that there wasn't conflict, but let me tell you what happened for me. I learned more about myself, I would say, in like those 4 days than I have in like 4 months. The things that I say, the things that I don't say, the way that I sometimes just don't take ownership of my feelings. And I can tell you that when you come there in honesty, in truth, naked, open, just telling the truth about where you are mentally and even emotionally, they will embrace you with open arms. Because there came a point in time where I was like frustrated. Now for me, for those of you that know, I deal with anxiety. I talk about it quite often. I deal with anxiety and I deal with depression. And there were moments where I could feel where I was just overwhelmed because I live at home. I work at home. I don't really leave my house much. It's the introvert in me. But so, being there with like all those women at once for that much time was just so overwhelming. It was amazing, but it overwhelmed me a little. But to be able to say that, like, oh my God, I feel overwhelmed, or I have some anxiety, for them to be like, oh, I understand, and for them to tell you about their own experiences, and to just be able to talk openly without judgment, to be able to cry, because it was a point in time in which I cried, and I apologized, and Belladonna said, don't you ever apologize for crying. And there was at one point where I wanted to interject into the conversation. I said, oh, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interject. And she says, don't you ever apologize for interjecting. You're a part of this too. You're here too. And it was just so validating, and it reminded me to take ownership of my feelings, to not apologize for who I am, to not apologize for what I'm feeling, nor did they ever ask me to. All that they asked me to do was to be honest and to be truthful and to communicate. And if you are lacking in communication skills, you may have a little bit of a hard time. I would say if you were lacking and you're not looking to grow in that area, you may have a hard time because you're going to be surrounded by these amazing, strong women who can see right through you and who have no problems calling you out. And they do it in love. And if you're not looking to grow, it can feel very combative. Okay? But if you are looking to grow and you're just open to the process and you're honest about where you are and where you come from, this can be one of the most healing, amazing experiences that you will ever have. Now, on Sunday, when I tell y'all that Elizabeth, y'all, she can shop. That woman can shop, because we went to, 4 different stores on Sunday? I believe it was Sunday. We went to 4 different stores and we were out all day. Y'all, I was beat. But I will never look at a grocery store the same way again. And I will never look at a Dollar Tree the same way again. It was amazing. I got so much stuff. I brought some of my stuff here. I'm not going to show it all because you need to be in the class. But I will show you, just give you a general idea of some of the stuff that I got. Now, number 1, this is a giant T-ball. Now, we got it from the World Market out there in Ohio. Giant T-ball. Now, you can go on Amazon and get you one. It might not be this big, but it's still big. If you take spiritual baths, you need one of these, because why? When you get finished unplugging your drain, where all of the roots gonna go? When you unplug your drain, right down the drain, right into the drain. And then next thing you know, you're trying to get rose petals and shit off the side of your bathtub. Here, you put all of your roots, all of your herbs that you're going to put into your spiritual bath into this tea ball. And then you just plop it right in the bathtub with you. Boom! You don't have to collect your herbs and piss off the other people in your house because the bathtub is full of rose petals. You don't have to do it anymore. And so this also makes it very easy for you to collect them and then dispose of them at a crossroads. So you just have it all in this handy thing. Why didn't I think of this? It's the bomb. Now, let's see. Just to give you all a general idea, look at like some of the, seriously, all from the grocery store. All magical. All from the grocery store. All magical. All things that you can use in magic. I will tell you one thing that that's pretty amazing. I got sesame seeds. All you have to do, I bought a little container too, and you sit them out for prosperity, and you let them sit out onto your altar or on a surface for, and they can be out for about a month. And I have so many of these, and I think this bag cost me like $2. Insane. She taught us how to shop smart and economically so that we're not breaking the bank, which was awesome. So that's it. That's all. If you all have any questions about the experience there that I had, just feel free to ask. Now, for those of you that know, I had some problems because I did a video. I had some problems about getting there with the rental car. I almost didn't think that I was going to make it. And while I was there, I didn't necessarily tell anyone because I didn't really want to talk about it, but I was running into a bunch of problems financially because some things with my business were being held up. Some bills came out that I didn't expect. Some people were overcharging me for some things while I was there, and it was stressing me out a little bit. Like, it was really stressing me out, but I went anyway. And even on my way back, the car company tried to get me. It clocked me in at damn near over double the miles that I drove, which means that when I got there, I would have had to pay an extra $250 something. But I called my mom, and she was like, no, put them on notice, call them and let them know that you noticed what they did, and that when you get there, you want to talk about it. So when I got there, granted, I did go about 150 something miles over. When I got there, I told them, well, I did call, and then they went out to the car, and they checked, and he goes, oh, don't worry about it. You only went 150 miles over, which means it's only going to be about $40 something. We can take it out of your deposit. Cool. Now, I checked my card. Y'all, they gave me my whole deposit back. The whole thing. I was not expecting that. I was taken care of every single step of the way. I didn't know how certain things were going to unfold or how certain things were going to happen for me or if they were going to happen for me, but I went anyway. I did it anyway. And God met me at every single step. So I say all of this to say, if you're wondering if you should be there, if you fill out the application and you get it in and you're not sure how it's going to happen, and that counts for this and for anything else in your life, stop questioning the universe. Stop it, because it will make a way for you. It did not put these opportunities on your plate or in your path to torture you with them. It told you to go because you're supposed to be there. So it's going to make provisions for you to be there. When I was there, I didn't have to live like a pauper. Why? Because there was this amazing, amazing woman named Katrina who had, maybe she did have an idea because she's a, clairvoyant witch, that I was having financial problems, but I didn't tell anybody. But without me even asking for certain things, she was just paying for them. It was insane. I'm like, this woman doesn't know me at all. And I put stuff on a conveyor belt to pay for it, to contribute to everybody, and she just grabs it and puts it up there with her stuff and says, don't worry about it. It was something that I did want, but I didn't really say that I wanted it. And she goes, no, I'm going to give it to you. And I was like, okay. And then it was a situation where they were going out getting something to eat. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to have what's in the fridge because, I'm trying to count and save my coins. I'm not really letting people know that. But she was like, when have I ever asked you for anything? Just tell me what you want. And I was like, okay. So, Katrina, if you are watching this, I just want to let you know that you blessed me beyond measure. Even when I did not share what I was going through, somehow you tapped into it. And while it wasn't necessarily a hardship for me, because I'm kind of used to like struggling, right? But because you were there, I didn't have to. And I just want to say thank you for following your intuition and your heart. And I love and I appreciate you for that. And I will never, ever forget. So, now, with all of that being said, I think that's it. The only thing that I do have to say is that they had me pick up something called Devil's Dung, okay? And Elizabeth Ruth pretty much demanded that we all have it, so I bought it. It has been stinking up my fucking house since it got here. I'm going to have to find like an entire container to put this stuff in. It's supposed to go into some spell work, which I will definitely be using it for, but I need to like quarantine this shit. It smells so bad. But anyway, but it works. But it works. But anyway, Belladonna, thank you. Thank you just for just being you, your spirit, just for not changing, for being authentic, for being the cussing, real, emotional, sharing, just your everything. Just thank you for that. And Elizabeth, thank you for just being so damn honest. Sometimes even when it hurts, but I know that at the end of the day, those are the things that I need to hear in order for me to grow. And thank you for just opening up your home, your heart, your expertise, all of it. Just thank you. I will never, ever, ever, ever forget the gift that you have given me. And I plan on just making you fucking proud. That's what I plan on doing. So that's it. That's all, everybody. If you have not looked into it yet, you need to be there. You can only gain from it. It is Elizabeth Ruth. It is Rootwork 201. You do have to take Rootwork 101, but if you go into 201, she'll make provisions to make sure that you get the class before you get there, and you do have to read a book before you get there. But that's it. That's all. I will talk to you all later. Bye.